I felt angry at the system for letting this happen. I felt angry for him being able to go to Oregon.
I feel a lot of anger about it, really, because he should have been incarcerated for a lot longer. I don't think it was a fair or just sentence. I think he got off the hook with barely a slap on the wrist.
Liz Campbell and Megan Andrew are united in anger. Both women were engaged to Sean Loeffler at different times and became victims of domestic violence. The women are disappointed their ex-fiancé got parole last year in San Diego and spoke to Team 10 about the sentence Loeffler received in California.
He choked me and got on my chest with his knees and covered my mouth with his hands, and then was hitting me and slapping me and basically threatening to kill me, and wouldn't let me leave his house. So that night I thought I was gonna die.
He picked me up by my throat, and I knew in that moment that I had to take my own weight off of my neck.
Loeffler, a 42-year-old retired MMA fighter, pleaded guilty last year in San Diego County to 3 domestic violence-related charges. It was part of a plea deal. Originally, prosecutors had filed 11 charges against him, 4 incidents involving 4 women, including Andrew and Campbell. One of those original charges included forcible rape of a woman identified in court documents as Jane Doe. But that charge and 7 others, including an assault charge for an alleged incident on Campbell, were dropped, according to a plea agreement signed by Loeffler in April last year. As part of the agreement, the retired MMA fighter pleaded guilty to 3 domestic violence-related charges. Both Campbell and Andrew read victim impact statements in court.
The victim's impact statement was to let the judge know that this is not the first time and it's not going to be the last time.
Loeffler was released on parole last November after getting credit for time served. Nearly 3 months later, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office in Oregon arrested him. According to court records, Loeffler was charged with sexual abuse in the first and second degree. The woman was, quote, incapable of consent by reason of mental incapacitation or physical helplessness, according to a court document. The DA also filed 2 unlawful sexual penetration charges against Loeffler for the February 7th incident. Loeffler originally pleaded not guilty to all 4 felonies, but on Monday he accepted a plea deal in exchange for the felonies being dismissed. Attorney Mike Arnold says his client was facing a daunting minimum prison sentence of 12 to 16 years if he had been convicted at trial.
Those were the minimum sentences that he could have received if he went to trial and 12 jurors messed it up.
Arnold told Team 10 he planned to cast doubt on the woman's story at trial.
In Mr. Loeffler's case, the accuser had several inconsistent statements.
No details about the alleged sexual abuse have been released, but the woman who accused Loeffler posted videos on Facebook that mentioned the incident. Arnold says he believes after watching those videos, a jury would have doubts.
I think it's like a 99.9% chance he would have won a jury trial.
But in the end, Loeffler pleaded guilty to sexual abuse in the 3rd degree and guilty to interception of communications for recording a conversation with the victim without her consent. Both charges are misdemeanors. The plea deal requires Loeffler to register as a sex offender.
Now, your client has to register as a sex offender. That's a pretty serious requirement.
It's just online. It's not that difficult.
The judge accepted the plea deal and agreed to give Loeffler credit for the time he spent in county jail and place him on probation. Arnold says he expects his client to be a free man after Wednesday afternoon. But Team 10 has learned a warrant in California for Loeffler could potentially derail those plans. The California Department of Corrections told Team 10 after the Parole Operations Unit learned about Loeffler's arrest in Oregon, the San Diego court issued a warrant and an out-of-state detainer. It's not clear if the retired MMA fighter, who court records list as last living in Oceanside, California, will be extradited to San Diego. We've asked whether Loeffler's prior record in San Diego could lead to another strike on his record in California. The San Diego County DA's office says it will depend on the circumstances. Back in Oceanside, Andrew says she's glad the latest victim was able to tell her story. But
I'm disappointed in the system for failing again.
A system she hopes will one day change. Austin Grabish, Team 10.